What's up, everybody? This is Mitch from Boardco, and I am here to give you the rundown on some of the new product from Hyperlite for 2020. Right here, I've got the Distortion Boot from Hyperlite that interfaces with the Hyperlite System binding. There's some really cool things about this boot that we got the chance to try out and check out here. First off is this boot is designed to be kind of a mid-range flex. It's a little bit more flexible. It's got a cutback here in the outer shell of the boot, and has a little bit more range of motion than the Relapse boot, another boot in the Hyperlite line, but it's not quite as soft as the GUI boot. So it's kind of mid-range if you like to have a little bit of flex while you're riding but still have good support. This boot is kind of right in the middle with what you'd probably like. This boot, as I mentioned, it's a system boot, so it interfaces with the Hyperlite system binding here, so it's a two-piece system. This is something a lot of people are really interested in and want to know the difference. It does kind of look like a snowboard binding setup, where you have a separate boot and binding. And there's some big advantages when you do that. The first thing is that they can do a different construction with the boot when it has an external skeleton system like the system binding. What that does is it makes it so that they can incorporate all the soft, plush, cushy materials that are really comfortable into the boot without having to worry as much about all the support structure in order to tie the boot to the board. So they can have all the support structure system as a separate piece in the system binding and make a boot that's just a little bit more comfortable, a little more natural fitting and feel on your foot. It also lets you get full customization and control over how supportive, how stiff, or how flexible you want your boot to be. You can crank down these straps and make it even more stiff and give you more support and lock your heel down in more, or you can run them a little bit looser and get a little less support. You really can customize it with the system binding. The Distortion Boot, couple great features on this one. As I mentioned, mid-range flex. It also has a traditional lacing system that also has grommets here on the top, kind of like a hiking boot, that lets you get it cinched down really tight, so you can pull it real tight and then come back here and cinch it up around the last laces, or you can leave it off of those last laces if you want a little bit more mobility in the top cuff of the boot. It also has a full walking outsole, which means that you can walk around in it. It's great if you're going to be at a cable park and want to keep your bindings on your board, but walk around and not have your bare feet walking around a cable park. You can walk around with your system boots on, which is really a pretty sweet feature. But they're still amazing for riding behind the boat, like I said, because you can customize that fit, customize that setup. It's also going to help you prevent injury. So by having the boot and binding as a separate piece, it makes it so that the boot can actually kind of move a little bit within the binding system and can take some of the strain on falls versus you taking them with your knees, your ligaments, your tendons, things like that. So it's really kind of a sweet system. We really like the system boots at our shop. Our guys, a number of our shop guys ride them and really enjoy being on them. The Distortion boots are ones that we really like for this year from Hyperlite. They look awesome. They've got kind of a camo inner liner with kind of like a suede type finish on the outside, but they're just super comfortable, super nice, just overall a great boot. If you want more information about these, check out boardco.com, as well as give us a phone call. We're happy to help you out, point you in the right direction, help you pick your next set of boots, or give you any info about anything you want, whether it's boards or skis or anything else. So we appreciate it. Thanks a lot, and we'll talk to you later.